Today on View to a Grill, we're going to make some beef fajitas on the Breeo live fire grill. I'm Johnny, and the first thing we'll need to do is set up the Breeo live fire grill. This is actually the live fire grilling bundle, and the bundle comes with the stand, 2 shelves, the Outpost 24 grill, and a skillet rest. I want to point out that I added the casters that you see attached to the legs. For our cook today, I'll be using some oak splits that I harvested directly from my own oak trees in the backyard. To start the fire, I'll be using a full small Weber chimney starter filled with lump charcoal. Now that we have our grill set up, let's make our basting liquid. Today, we're not going to marinate or use a rub. Instead, we'll get all of our flavor from our basting liquid. I'll add about 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, a tablespoon of honey, the juice of 3 limes and 1 lemon. And then whatever the liquid is in your shaker cup, double that with beef broth. Now we'll get the lid on and shake it up vigorously. And now I can get all that mixture into my cast iron pot. Now I'll cut up 1 green onion, add that to the mixture, and then a little bit of cilantro, rough chop, and add to the mixture. And here's what that looks like in the pot. Now we'll just set that to the side. Now that we've made our basting liquid, let's go ahead and start our fire. To make this easier on myself, I'll be using a Superior fire cup starter. I'm going to start this right inside of the Breeo live fire grill. And this is what that looks like. It's just sitting on the tray at the bottom of the grill. For now, I'll move the grate out of the way to make it easier for me to pour out the lit coals. I'll then stack my splits right on top of the fire. My splits are nice and cured, so they take on the fire easily. After about 10 or 15 minutes, I'll start spreading out my fire and set it under my skillet rest. I'm satisfied with the heat that split is generating, so let's bring our basting liquid up to a simmer. I'll check to make sure our handle is not hot and then lower the grate so it can preheat. While the smoke is clearing on our fire, let's prepare our beef fajitas. For beef fajitas, it is important to take off the silver skin. And sometimes you can just get your knife under it, get it started, and then pull it right off the flesh. Once we're done taking the silver skin off, I'll divide my steak into 3 equal parts and cut them into 3 steaks. For our seasoning today, we'll be using salt only, and we want to make sure we get a generous amount of salt on both sides. I'll pat in my salt to make sure it sticks. Now we can flip it and generously salt the other side. While we wait for the basting liquid to simmer, we'll place the fajitas in the refrigerator. Now let's take a look at that fire, and this is what I want. I want these coals burned down and red hot, no smoke. We can check our basting liquid, and it is simmering. Our fire is ready, our basting liquid is ready. Now it's time to get our fajitas on the grill. I'll start by putting the 2 thickest steaks over the fire. These are going to shrink a little and give us room for the 3rd steak. In the meantime, we're going to start basting our fajitas with the basting liquid. When basting these fajitas, all we want to do is drizzle right over the top. And we're going to generously apply our drizzle. Make sure you get good coverage over all of your fajitas. Now, as soon as we drizzled one side of the fajitas, we're going to flip them and drizzle the other side as well. And again, generously drizzle your fajitas with the liquid you made. The first 2 fajitas that we put on have shrunk, giving us enough room to get our last fajita steak over the fire. As soon as you get that third steak down, get some drizzle on it. And please, don't be bashful, drizzle that thing. So let's take a look at our fajitas, and you can see the nice color development we have going. For fajitas, I like to grill my fajitas to a medium or medium well. And that is my personal taste. If you like yours at a lower temperature, then by all means do that. For the rest of this cook, all you have to do is continue to flip and drizzle. As you can see here, I have one steak over to the side because it's done and it's basically resting on the cool side of the grill. This one is developing some nice color. We'll flip it, color up the other side, and go ahead and remove the smallest of the 3 steaks. These are all starting to be done at about the same time. As soon as you're satisfied with the doneness, remove them from the grill. Now here is the last one. It's ready to go. We got all of these on a sheet pan, and we're going to allow these fajitas to rest. I'll give them one last drizzle while they're resting on the pan. Our fajitas are done. Let's make a taco and check out our results. And here's a good tip. I'm going to hit these corn tortillas with a light coating of avocado oil. Now I can get them directly over the fire and hit the other side with a light coating of avocado oil as well. Now I'll flip mine a couple of times, and yes, I've been called a tortilla flipper a time or two. In this shot you can see our tortillas bubbling up a little bit, so at this time I'll add my sliced cheese, and this just happens to be Munster cheese. We'll leave these tortillas there while the cheese melts and we start seeing some good color on the underside of that tortilla. Once you see this color development, remove your tortilla from the grill. Now it's that time of year where the sunlight is getting a little lower, so I'll apologize for this lighting, but we've got to move forward. Let's go ahead and slice our beef fajitas. And from this angle, you can see how well these have been cooked, and they're right at that medium temperature. I think that's enough meat for one good-sized taco. So let's throw it on our tortilla. I'm also keeping this simple today. My only topping will be some fresh pico de gallo. And yes, I'm going to give this one last drizzle. Let me try to give you a good look at it. Folded, and we're going to eat this thing. Now here's what that taco is going to look like. It's going to be juicy, and of course you knew it already. That's a delicious taco. I really love making fajita tacos this way. You don't really always need some fancy rub. Try a drizzle. You're going to love it. I had 2 corn tortillas made up, so I might as well make another taco and make you watch me eat it. Because after I turned the camera off, I made about 3 more of these. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, go ahead, take a second, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.